Well, that makes it obvious why the LPs are using it, because it makes them more money, right?
It does, yes.
How is this going to benefit the home grower?
Well, we're going to go again into the more technical reasons. Ken's going to explain those. But really what it comes down to is there's more oxygen at the roots. Cannabis roots love oxygen, and this system gives more oxygen than basically any other.
All right, well, I'm very curious to see what this is all about, Paul. You've brought us some samples, so let's get into some details.
Okay, well, what we have here are 3 different growing medias, and here we have what's considered a pro-style mix. And it has
is that what most people would be using?
This is what probably 80–90% of the people use is this. And this is what we've been replacing in the licensed producers. And it has a lot of this perlite in it, and the perlite is intended to give more oxygen and prevent compaction. And the reason the perlite's there is because this material without it would compact like crazy. And when we see it later, we'll show you how it does that. And then we have, this is sort of a leading brand, Coco, right here. You can see how fine it is and how it's almost like soil. And again, the issue there is compaction.
It's much denser, isn't it?
Very dense. Holds a lot of water. And this is the Millennium soil Coco Coir, and you can see how much different that is. There's big chunks, there's little strands and particles. Each one of those has a different purpose. The chunks are there to retain some moisture if things get dry and provide void space. And then the particles are there to sort of more contact with the roots. But it's entirely different. If we look at them, we put a little water in here and wetted all 3 of these. And if you take this and we just do a little compaction, get the water out of there, and you see you've got a mud ball. And that's basically what's going to happen to your root zone as you go along and grow. And that's the pro-style mix. You can see that's just a complete ball. And if we do the same thing here with this Coco that's much finer, and you can see a very similar thing. It comes out in a ball, it's very compact, it's very dense. There's no void space there at all. And if we do that with here, and I'm going to compress this even more than I have the other ones.
Yeah, you're really pressing.
I'm really pressing it. You see how that just falls apart?
And that's going to keep the roots nice and loose so that they can get more oxygen.
It's going to keep the oxygen, and every time you water, new oxygen comes in, and the roots get what they want. We can actually take this, and if we want to, water about every 90 minutes, and where these would be once every day or 2, if we want to in this, and just maximize out the growth. Don't need to, but we can.
This is such a great demonstration. It really, really shows us the differences.
And that's the thing we've wanted to show for so long. And we realized, I went to a show and I didn't know, but 90% of people are using this, and I was attacking these instead of this, or comparing it to this rather than these, and that's huge. You're
going to be back in the show a little later on, but next we're going to be talking to Ken Campbell, who's actually the developer of the Coco Coir.
Correct.
Millennium Coco Coir. So we'll be able to get some real specifics on how it's made. We'll be right back.